Now, 8 years ago, the United Nations set goals on how to reduce world poverty by half by 2015. The Millennium Development Goals, or MDG, include improvements to health, primary education, gender equality, and the environment. Sauduta Sani chairs Nigeria's House Committee on MDG. She recently spoke with VOA's House of Service web and radio editor Ibrahim Ahmed about what Nigeria is doing to reach its Millennium Development Goals.
When the MDG office is doing that, they have initiated what we call conditional grants to states. This money is a grant, but it has a condition that states must also identify a project that has to do with MDG goals. Last year, many states came up with supply of water, provision of electricity, which you know that is a problem in the rural areas. So the National Steering Committee of the MDGs, which is headed by the president himself, approved those states. And monies worth 18.8 billion naira was released to the states. And we have gone around these states, we see they are doing wonderful things.
How do you ensure that the money is spent on executing those projects?
We monitor the fund, and we are also gingering some civil society on the organization and the people to also speak out when they see that the monies given for MDGs are not being utilized. We have not yet have any problem with any state, but when we do, we have sanctions ready for it. And then also encourage the state governments to also give their own part of the funding, so together we can work as a team.
Many indicators are showing that Africa is lagging far behind other areas of the world in implementing those MDG goals. How can Nigeria, for example, improve on its performance?
Last meeting, which took place in September, that is reviewing the MDGs attainment, many countries are far behind attaining MDGs. So it is either that the UN again convene another meeting to look at the goals, look at the level of implementation, which they did in September, and then renew their commitment to their own contribution. Because when we said we have an MDG goal, and we are setting it towards 2015, malaria was not an issue. Now malaria is an issue in Africa. It is. But the government has put a lot of money now. There are a lot of donor support to eradicate malaria and HIV/AIDS. And with that, people are now comfortable that we are serious in attaining the MDGs. But I tell you that 2015 does not look realistic for Africa and also for Nigeria.
One of the goals of the MDG is gender equality. How would you characterize that in Nigeria? For example, in the parliament where you're from?
Nigeria has provided an enabling environment for women to come out and be elected. We women have to do now more to get elected. Because if we say no, we try to get that space of 30%. It's not easy. We try to say, okay, why don't we have every state of the federation give us 3 women. 1 woman is from the senatorial zone to be a member of the House of Representatives. And that is 109 people against 360. That is a good number. And then when we go to the Senate, we ask for 1 woman per state, which is again 36 states from Abuja, 37 out of 109. That is a starting point. So the process is just taking place. And again, let me tell you something. The more women get educated, the more women get elected.
Well, for more information on these stories, please go to voanews.com/TV to Africa.